welcome to another Scott Report for Hello. I'm here with the fabulous Ruby Wax.
Hi.
Welcome to the Scott Report.
Thank you. In my own house.
In your own house.
I know.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, I've provided the set.
So, you have had an incredible journey and using the honesty of comedy and humour to highlight some rather contentious sort of social, worldly issues.
Yeah, I just finished Oxford.
Huge congratulations, because to put that into, you know, this stage in your game and walk away with...
It's weird. Yeah,
your masters.
Yeah. I got D's mostly when I was in high school, and my SAT scores were below houseplant. So my mother actually thought the machine was broken and made me take it again, and it was even worse. So I'm a late bloomer. I'm an example of a late bloomer. And what I'm doing is I'm taking that information and putting it into my next one-woman show and my book, which is all about how the brain works, but in a kind of Bill Bryson-esque way. You know how you, if you twist it, it's funny. It's funny, but you're getting the message. So it's how to use the kind of Ferrari on your head, but now I give you on the keys. And
you've been doing a lot of seminars using the science of how we think and how you think about things when you chuck comedy on it.
Yeah,
and the
well,
honesty.
I think it's a new form of entertainment that had to come, called infotainment, because eventually comedians run out of material, and that's why there's not like old comedians really anymore, because you got to have something to, you know, munch on. So luckily you know, now how the brain works, everybody wants to know. I mean, if Brian Cox was funny, he'd have a really good stand-up career.
Can we talk about, because Losing It's done its thing, and it's
well, no, it tours now. I go back to LA, then I go to New York. I was in Melbourne. It's called Out of Our Mind now, so that keeps going. You know, I keep saying in the first one, nobody gets an instruction manual. You know, even my domestic appliances says, put in white powder. But, you know, if I tried that, I'd end up in rehab.
Sure.
So everything knows how to work itself, you know, but we don't. So now, I guess the next show is the manual.
You know, you came over to the UK, you were a huge success here.
Many years later.
But you know, the journey.
Crawling.
And then from that, the journey of actually almost being exposed as somebody who had suffered from mental health.
Because I was so ashamed. Of course, because everybody is. I didn't want anybody to know, so I turned it into something I took to mental institutions, so all those people would feel okay.
And the book.
Yeah.
Can we talk about the book quickly?
So the book is called Sane New World. It talks about why we're all crazy, not the 1 in 4, but then I kind of link it as to why that happens. There's too many things around that you want. You're constantly on the hunt, whereas probably in the old days where you just saw the neighbors, you know what I mean, and you were with your lot. You just thought, I'm just going to try and plow a field, have 3 kids and die. You
know, historically in the past, when you get angry about things or, you know, stressed or uptight, it would have kind of stayed with you for days, whereas now you can process it.
You sort of learn methods of you know how when you switch focus?
Yeah.
Okay, that's like, there's things where you can do like a sit-up. Cognitive therapy is good too, so that when I need to pay attention to my kid, I can do that without being caught up in another email.
Out of all of your amazing interviews you've done with interesting talent and celebrities, what's been your favourite one, if you had to? And I'm sure you've asked this a million times.
Melda Marcos, you know, because she was really out there as far as mental. She's a Rubik's Cube of complications, so I like tunneling through her and figuring it out.
But the KKK kind of thing, I found that very gripping, and just, you know, you're dealing with what I would say slightly barking crazy people. You had us all on your side, of course.
And them too.
But that's what I was going to say.
That was the weird thing when they made me a wizard, you know, which nobody gets to be a wizard, and then I said, I'm the first Jew. And I was scared when I said that. And they were trying to entertain me by painting each other black and, you know, beating each other up and tarring each other, because I think there's nothing in me that's judgmental. They didn't know that I thought that was nuts. But I don't get angry. I just go, wow, people are so fascinating.
Other comedians out there, who would you say that you're particularly looking at in the marketplace at the moment that works as continually interesting, engaging, exciting, relevant?
To me, Graham Norton is a phenomena. That's just a phenomena. He's really healthy. He's like that nod on screen. So it's like an engine that won't stop. It's really impressive. I wouldn't say it's deep interviews, but that's not his thing.
What would you say over your vast and interesting career has been your moment that you're most proud of?
Graduating Oxford.
Graduating Oxford.
Yeah, and getting into the Royal Shakespeare Company. That's a double whammy. In the Royal Shakespeare Company, rather than ending up the pole dancer I was destined for. So, yeah.
So your website, tell me about, you know, how that started. What was the brainchild behind that?
Because I had the one-woman show, and in the second half, the audience get to say, their stuff. If they were really far gone in my show, I'd say come back on Tuesday. Then I'd serve cookies and I'd bring in great psychiatrists, great neuroscientists. So then I thought, well, we're only serving 500 people. So the website was so that they could meet each other.
Well, I find that all terribly fascinating, and I think you're a fantastic ambassador for all of this. You're an incredibly interesting woman, and thank you very much.
Thank you.
For your time.
Thank you.